Maybe it is a projection that looks good too, on the paper too, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and maybe you will open members him full DSIP blue player. You block him 100% DSIP na. Mipla governor knocks him functional grant na. Mipla knocks him PSIP good so. And we go unbalancedly. Whose advice are you me Okloharim? Treasurer. They are supposed to just give advice. If we look at the record of the world, which economy in the world, IMF, let me give him advice, they've come out successfully and seen growth and consistent growth.
Governor for NCD.
First and foremost, I want to thank the Treasurer for presenting to us this report. Treasurer on record has done very well managing the economy, managing the budget since 2019. Not been easy for him. Vote of no confidence is going to come since 2020, and then COVID-19 come up, you know. He's done exceptionally well, so we must give him commendation. Mr. Deputy Speaker, Acting Speaker, members of Parliament, sometimes something go wrong or go right, you must admit him too. Because sometimes not everything that we say will happen by happen. And it's important that we take stock and then we can come up with corrective measures. So maybe this time is one such time where you must thinking good now. You must scale him. Where did we go wrong? So, people governors, Deputy Speaker, Mipla is raising concern, especially this year, about the budget last year. Now we have an opportunity to really have a constructive debate so that we can help the Treasurer find solution. You can shoot him talk long him. But if he doesn't come up with solution, we all suffer. So this is why I think, this idea of deferring the budget is a debate on this final budget outcome is important. But suppose you mean like debate now, you can throw me to go come now, you must scale it. But I bet that we won't be well informed. We want a well informed debate. Because now that's only mixing something here. There's figures everywhere. So we might make assumptions, that's all. Huh? So one assumption we might make, and I think Governor Isipik is making, is that maybe we over-project revenue and our budget estimate last year. So you may not reach him this outcome that, we overestimate or over-project. Maybe it's true that revenue collection was not done properly on time or 10th of January, Black Wednesday, Bagarabi Mimio. How are we going to know for sure what is real and what is not real so that we are going to help the Treasurer or we are going to help the government? Now, you need to look government. I think this comment by Governor Isipik is a good comment. You must take it objectively, have a constructive debate. You know, passing blame me going come. But we have a constructive debate so that if it's the fault is in revenue projection, Mr. Deputy Speaker, then you may correct him. Because sometimes me too, Mr. thinking also, you must pass him budget nothing. You may like put him number equal up so we feel good, government feel good, you may up him name, you may. But time you may gonna wait him money come, you may wait, he gonna, money no come. So sometimes me get me something also, hey, what like Yaman something. Any treasurer or anybody can come and put the figure nothing. Is it for real or is it based on real projection or you may just, up him name nothing? Sometimes Mr. thinking also, especially for last year. So Mr. Deputy Speaker, members of the House, of people by you may are into, in the city you plus we get direct our support coming from GST directly from IRC. So we play use of that this kind of heavy to mass the other provinces face. But all the other governors, Mr. Deputy Speaker, since last year only will complain here. Why I will complain? Because they rely on the functional grant. People of province or all the provinces are not doing massive revenue generation longer. It's not that they can't do it, but because there's a penalty law that was passed when my brother here came here from member for Kandep was the treasurer, that if we start generating revenue of our own, we will have a penalty clause, GST belum by cut. So we are paralyzed. So that's why we depend on the national budget. And in fact, the national budget fixed already 90% of the provincial budget. Mr. Deputy Speaker, members of the House, you must think seriously, Lodista. Because when you think about it, what is the use of the provincial assembly? You got use or not?
Provincial government.
And the provincial government too. Because provincial assembly, yeah, is to debate, among other things, laws in the budget per province. But the budget of the province is already determined 90% by the national budget. So what's the use of having provincial assembly meeting? People on CDC, we can have a meeting because our revenue comes from IRC, and because of the big economy here, revenue will go high. So we can have a debate how we apportion the revenue, but in the provinces they can't. All turn up now, what they going to talk about? The budget is already fixed, for education fixed, for health fixed, for infrastructure fixed, law and order fixed by the national budget. And when that money don't come, then province will see maybe. So in the absence of time by debate, I can just go by what is in the paper here to look at whether it's right or wrong. Or, so like me look at page 57, law NCDC, National Capital District, operational original budget 7.1, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and then it was revised to 22.1, and here it says we received 22.1 million. So, Mr. Deputy Speaker, me follow this league. I don't understand. Me plus accept this operational budget, or maybe it's true. I haven't seen it in our own budget. Personal emoluments, we don't get it. So, goods and services, 7.1 million. Then we it was revised to 22 million. So it says we received 22.1 million. So this is me no understanding too. Provincial functional grant, me plus subsidy, zero. All provincial support grant. And you must debate too now. You plus accuse me plus NCDC law, me plus GST. But the government and the budget balances it out for everyone. People along capital city don't accept any functional grant. Zero. For health, for education, or zero. You all province accept. So there is a equilibrium taking place, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Me plus accept big plus GST, but that is not to the detriment of the provinces. You get functional grant, me plus accept. But, Mr. Deputy Speaker, if they don't get the functional grant, always here. In this document too, if I continue to just illustrate, I think there's one line that said Urban Youth Employment Program. So it's got 8 million in the original and then 8 million revised, and it is said that we receive 8 million. So me no clear this are two, because if you go further line, the last line, there is also an Urban Youth Employment Project, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million. So, and double figure, me no clear about what my understanding. So we need time to look here. Treasurer na, Deputy Prime Minister na, Mr. Deputy Speaker. My understanding is that Urban Youth, we're supposed to get about, I think, 80 million in last year's budget. Now, me don't think me blacksin. I've been asking our management, have we got the money? Me don't think me blacksin, but here it says me blacksin 100%, yeah. So me foully. We have the allocation to last year of about 10 million to go to Wamla Road, Blomiplalo, Nikabada Street, to extend it around when I'm here. Garo Stage 6 and 7. Maybe I'm not some money, but it doesn't show here. We were allocated to last year 10 million for infrastructure grant going to Motukoita villages. We never got that money. But it doesn't show here. It says that, treasurer, with due respect, 90%, 100%, 80%, 88.1%, 66%, that's NCD infrastructure counterpart funding. So this is why we need to go and study this document so we can come and have a constructive debate. He never down in treasurer. Him helping treasurer. Me like you me helping treasurer. He's done, wonderful work in hard time. This is one time where he go down league. I'm not here to down him memo, bagrap him memo. He needs our support. And then, so that when we fix this thing, we identify where the problem is. Maybe it's revenue collection. Is it true, revenue collection? Okay, we can go and study it out. Or maybe it's in the budget projection. You may overestimate now. We have to show that the economy is growing. We are showing that the economy has grown by this 100 or 200%. So we project the, budget you go on tableau. 20 or 30 billion. Maybe that's the problem. It's not correspond to the actual, revenue estimate. We overestimate. We didn't take into account seriously last year. Maybe you may blame him January 10th. Okay, then we should have factored that. So you may reduce him estimation legally. So we don't have this problem of having this shortfall of how many million? 2.2880 million combined, which overrun, online health, overall revenue, collection go down by 1.2 billion. How are we going to sort this problem if we don't really know? Treasurer should tell us, okay, maybe I overestimate, or maybe Treasurer is pointing out that revenue collection is a problem, so then we must talk about solution. Loyal City, Mr. Deputy Speaker, members of Parliament, we invite him IRC come to City Hall, so that, and we capacitate IRC, because I have no choice. I cannot do, we cannot raise revenue ourselves in the city. Maybe we can do some business. We are seriously thinking of business now. We have passed a resolution at our board that we are going to set up a business arm and we are going to start investing. All the governors now, I am going to put together a proposal. Maybe I come to Yupla, so we will start business. You may wait for national government, you may wait forever. We go into business big time. We build our own capacity now. At least in some way you may get money coming into the provinces. Maybe it is a projection that looks good too, on the paper too, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and maybe you open members full DSIP blue player. You block 100% DSIP na. Mi plan governor inoksim functional grant na. Mi plan inoksim PSIP good, so and we go unbalancedly. It might show that way, but how are we going to, just on the face of it, work it out that, what is the true problem or cause this, shortfall in revenue generation, so that the treasurer, we can help the treasurer to correct it, and also we can go back to the provinces and adjust our plans. Mipla city mipla adjusting plan lo mipla. Adjusting our work plan for this year. We are trying to find other revenue source. People like beg too. You go and beg here and there, trying to borrow with no interest rate or something else. We are trying to do that too. So, Mr. Deputy Speaker, we are here to help the treasurer. Treasurer, this is one bell you have managed the country through tough times. Some of the toughest times that we have seen in our country since independence. It's under your watch, and you prevail. You come up with magic. Now, one of my advice that me give you is that if you have to borrow, you borrow. And Mr. Deputy Speaker, me like Totokla Desatu before me sit down. Lo borrowing ya, you mean you can forget lo borrow. You mean forget too much lo borrowing. Everybody lives in debt. Even me too, I live in debt. Mr. paying BSP all the time. But it's how we manage the debt. And PNG, past government and this government, we should be proud that we have never got into debt default. That's something that we must be proud of. And therefore, if there is a revenue shortfall, me here inside government caucus, line the government, my position, our party's position is that we should not have a supplementary budget. We should find the money. Mr. Deputy Speaker, we should find the money, and I believe we can find the money if it comes to the crunch. Either government go borrow and we manage it, or we've got money in Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited. There's the money here, Mr. Deputy Speaker. It's supposed to go to the Sovereign Wealth Fund. We created, this parliament passed the Sovereign Wealth Fund maybe how many years ago? 5 years ago or 6 years ago, under Peter O'Neill yet. And the decision of the parliament is that all the revenue, you come oil, whatever, mining, gas, DY, fishing, the revenue they come, we park it in sovereign wealth fund. Half of it is for future generation because we might be responsible and not manage the resources well, spending money, nothing. So we make sure that the next generation, time oil is dry up, gas is dry up, gold is dry up, they still have revenue to look after them in the future. And the other equation is that half of that money is supposed to be available to support the budget. And this is a time where that money should be available to support the budget. Why by you gonna? You come now, work in supplementary budget to change it, reduce this law, cut in this law. And by you fight here. And by you fight. Everybody are entitled to the, appropriation for their provinces and districts. And in PIP2, only got plain pennies. So you can find money in a money is here. There's about $10 billion, dollars in parked in Singapore. What is it doing there? What is it doing there? Bring income. The treasurer only needs about 2 billion or 3 billion. That's all. We can see this year through. All the provinces like some money. They will deliver their program. Only can come here and put them heavy long treasurer. Let's talk about solution. And that's one solution. He got another solution to you can get it stop. Treasurer me, I must you engage one time IMF, but me like also Mr. Deputy Speaker, IMF only gives advice. All supposed to give him advice that's all. Only no good papa na by only talk na you me baharim na behind him to the letter. Some advice normally is not right. Allowing the kina to fall. That's really contradict to the economy. Not allowing us to do this, get out of the US dollar now, you may trade one of China directly, currency exchange between Kina and RMB. Yeah. What's going on? What is the delay? China is a big trading partner of PNG. And we have to go and change Kina into US dollar and then into RMB. And then we lose. If we directly change, that's all. There's an exchange rate here, legally, that's all now. We save money. I am even talk, whose advice are you me, Okloharim? Treasurer. They are supposed to just give advice. If we look at the record of the world, which economy in the world, IMF, let me give him advice. They've come out successfully and seen growth and consistent growth. Can anybody show me an economy in the world that has, shown great success and progress, and the economy is forever, growing and growing under the tutelage of IMF? You look into all this Asian economy that are growing now. They dare to come out of the IMF control. China, Thailand, Singapore, Korea, you mean Oklahoma, one of them,
They borrow big
yeah,
money.
like, yeah, they borrow big money, but after that they build and then they repay and then they got out of this equation.
Yeah.
They build their own economy.
Yeah.
So you must be careful sometimes. Me looking you Oklahoma, Toklo, Treasurer, you Oklahoma, Toklo. They are only advisors. If you know what, consultant or online, find some economists in the world. They can come and give you some sound economic advice, especially all this monetary policy, fiscal policy. Fiscal policy and monetary policy, it's here and there. Bank, way, central bank. Treasury is going another way. IRC is going another way. There is no alignment. That's a problem. Now, some of these are contributing to the situation you may face him now. So, you mean government, you must identify him now. You may come and talk. All people believe me, can him. Why, but you may hide him now, you may talk, you stop now, you may talk, is easy. You may must talk also. Something go wrong also. Because treasurer shouldn't take it personally, because treasurer, you have done great. In the 5 years or 6 years, you stop. The 4 years or 5 years, you have done great. This is only one time, which probably not your fault, that you may come on Semia. So, you shouldn't take it personally. We should have a constructive debate. Me like you may can debate now, but it will be superficial debate. We go and have a look at the report properly, the figures that are provided here, explanation from treasurer, and then we come back and have a constructive debate. So we are helping the treasurer. You mean no condemn memo? You mean no bankruptcy memo? We are not trying to seek
Honorable
political
Governor,
mileage.
your
Thank you,
20
Mr. Deputy
minutes
Speaker.
has lapsed.
Yeah.